This is ABC15 Mornings.
The increasing cost of filling up.
88, yeah. That's a lot more than I thought it'd be.
Will we soon be paying $5 a gallon?
Congress working to stabilize prices.
Russia has created an international energy crisis with its invasion of Ukraine.
We go live to Washington this morning with the options that are on the table.
Deadline day number 2.
The spring training part is the wonderful part about baseball. It's one of the best things there is about baseball.
Can baseball finally make a deal?
Into 3 for the final time. Even coming off 4. Bowman edges ahead, clears Larson. Alex Bowman wins Las Vegas.
Making left turns in the valley. NASCAR about to return to Phoenix Raceway.
A lot of really great events around this as well.
And it's so great that they're happening, right?
Yes.
After this long break, it's been great to see so many of you out and about too. Hey, good morning. Thanks for waking up with us on this Tuesday. We really appreciate it. I'm Kaylee O'Kelly. It's International Women's Day.
That's right. Okay, celebrating all the women in our lives and all the many accomplishments that women have made and continue to make. Hey, let's send things over to meteorologist Iris Hermosillo, one of our many all-star women here at ABC15 Mornings. The two of you and Megan included as well. Can't forget about her.
Nick, keep it coming our way.
We like the love.
I'm surrounded by amazing women.
You
so
are.
That's my lot
We've
in
got
life.
mostly ladies on our ABC15 morning team. Nohelani Graf, Amelia Fabiano, too.
Allison, Jamie, our producers. The list
okay,
goes
we can go on and on and on. Let's talk about your most accurate forecast here on this Tuesday. It is going to be a gorgeous looking day across Arizona. Look for sunshine in the valley, in the high country, and across western Arizona too. Temperatures here in the valley in the 60s again this afternoon. So still a cool day. In the high country, 40s to 50s along the rim, and in western Arizona, just shy of that 70-degree mark for most areas there. So another cool day with below average highs, but man, it's going to be really nice if you want to get outside. Maybe just sweater weather, and this morning coats because it is a little colder again. 30s and 40s to start the day. Mid-50s by 10 a.m., 60s by lunchtime, and then our high peaks at 68 by about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Now, we'll see temperatures climb a little further, but another storm's on the way too, and it's going to bring more rain and snow. I'm going to talk timing, and we'll look at that weekend in that full 7-day forecast still ahead. Megan Thompson, though, giving us an update on that morning drive, and we're all hoping that it's a little easier than what we had yesterday, Megan.
Yesterday was a mess on the I-17, and really everyone got a piece of it yesterday. Right now, it's not a great start to the morning, I'll be honest, as we get a check of traffic sponsored by Accident Law Group. Overall, your traffic flows are already improving. That's some good news after some early morning crashes, but we still have some things hanging around on those traffic maps. So here's the warning for you. I-17 northbound near Dunlap Avenue. We do have a crash that has caused some slowing, abnormal slowing in those northbound lanes. Your speed's dropping to about 50 miles per hour in some spots, 54 miles per hour on the southbound lanes near about Glendale Avenue. That's when you'll start tapping the brakes. And you see from those live images, this scene here of those northbound lanes still very slow and go. We do also have this incident that I'm working to get you some more information on. I've reached out to DPS, the Loop 202 eastbound, the South Mountain Freeway near Desert Foothills Parkway. You'll see some flashing lights off to the right-hand side. Take 17th Avenue potentially as an alternate, Kaylee, because those flashing lights do appear to be blocking that off-ramp.
Okay, thank you for the heads up. So this morning, the national average for a gallon of gas, it is the highest in U.S. history. And that's saying something. $4.17. That's according to AAA's brand new numbers in our newsroom overnight. Gas prices going up almost 50 cents in the last week. And the experts say the national average could jump another 50 cents in the weeks to come. And here in Arizona, we're paying even more at $4.29 on average a gallon, up 17 cents since just yesterday.
At 6:03 new this morning, Russia declaring another ceasefire to allow civilians in Ukraine to leave major cities like Kyiv. But leaders in Ukraine remain skeptical this morning since similar efforts have failed in the past. Overnight, the UN announcing at least 2 million Ukrainians have now fled that country as Russia continues to target civilian areas. Now there are concerns troops could target weapons being delivered to Ukrainian forces. Leaders in Washington say Russia's invasion into Ukraine will make it difficult to get Phoenix Mercury star Brittany Griner out of the country. She's been detained since last month after customs officials say they found cannabis oil in her luggage. If convicted on these charges, she could face up to a decade in prison.
6:04 now. Accept the deal or lose another week of games. Major League Baseball giving the Players Union another deadline in this attempt to end the lockout. Let's bring in our Jamie Warren following this one for us. And Jamie, it's not just regular season games that are being canceled. We're talking about spring training, of course, as well.
Kaylee, we're missing out on spring training, and it could be until at least mid-April until we start seeing some fans lining up here to get their tickets to watch a baseball game here at Chase Field. And this morning, we know that negotiations are set to continue in all of this. They have until tonight to reach some sort of deal. If no deal is reached by the end of the day, another week of games will likely be canceled, which means the regular season, which was set to begin at the end of this month, would be pushed back to the middle of April. The two sides, they met for over 16 hours yesterday, and if it remains a standoff by this time tomorrow, MLB officials said another week of regular season games would be canceled, with players forfeiting pay. Officials with the Cactus League have expressed their disappointment with this lack of progress, but say the league is ready to operate at a moment's notice to sell tickets and get as many games as possible played throughout the Valley. And not only does this lockout mean that fans will see fewer games, but this disagreement over money may even have everyone missing out on a really important day in history. Jackie Robinson Day is held every year on April 15th, and this year is set to be his diamond anniversary, celebrating 75 years since he broke the color barrier with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And this is usually an amazing day out on the field. Now, this year also just happens to be the 75th anniversary of the Cactus League, and instead of a celebration, there are even reports that the league is going to be asking for some additional finances to help out with those lost tourism dollars. Nick?
Yeah, so much remaining in the balance right now. Our Jamie Warren reporting live for us. Teachers in the Phoenix Elementary School District are preparing for pay cuts this morning. Funding from a federal grant will expire at the end of the school year. Officials say 171 teachers, about 30% of the district, will see an average annual pay cut of $5,000.
I'm being asked to choose between this money going to a different district or going to a different state, and losing the community that I have built at my school.
The school board is looking at a proposal that would raise pay by $1,500 a year for about 65% of certified staff members.
6:06, so many businesses, they could not remain open through the pandemic, and now a record number of people are leaving their jobs, so many hoping to work for themselves. But is this a realistic time to try and start a small business? Our Nohelani Graf has tips for success. And you talked with a woman who is making this work, and she's inspiring us today.
Definitely. Hopefully giving you a little hope that it can be done. But we do know 20% of businesses fail in their first year. And then you add in the struggles of the last 2 years, and we've seen even more empty storefronts. But we also have the insight now on what happens when you have to put that plan B into action. And the owner of one local shop is serving up her advice so that the lights only go out at the end of a busy day.
With a social media following as long as their lines, the Mahalo Made food truck was one of the coolest spots in town. Then the pandemic parked it.
I mean, we shut down completely. I lost all my staff during that time.
Known around the valley as Lady Law, a successful radio career wasn't quite filling her shave ice cup. So a few months ago, Law Eidson decided to revive it, this time putting her foot on the gas and opening a storefront.
Years in the making, but we are here, the grand opening of Mahalo Made.
Basically starting from scratch again, this time the pandemic gave her perspective.
I can't say it enough, being creative and more resourceful.
Her budget makes room for the unexpected. Right now, that's important with inflation and supply chain issues.
Have a plan A and a plan B to make sure that you're ready for some of those challenges ahead.
That's also tip 1 for a successful startup from retail specialist Chip Griffith. 2, he says make sure you get the right loan.
Forecast out, not just a few months or not just as the startup, but looking out a year, 2 years, 5 years, and really understand what those financial needs are going to be.
And the third tip, timing. Know when to wait, whether that's starting or expanding, and when to take a risk.
Sooner than later, we'll be able to flourish like we've always envisioned.
Because it will be one, but nothing is as sweet as success.
His last tip, picking your lender can be as important as picking location. You want to make sure that they know the area, they know the market, and that they've worked with small businesses similar to yours so that they understand the challenges you may face. So, Kaylee, you have to remember you're essentially interviewing your lender before you pick them.
It does make sense. Not something that you would necessarily think about right out of the gate, but always have that backup plan. Just hearing that gives you peace of mind. No, hey, thank you.
It's 6:09 and next on ABC15 Mornings, we're all feeling it. We know that gas prices are the most expensive in history. So what can Congress do to ease that sticker shock? We'll get a live report from our nation's capital.
More cases of burnout, more resignations, and more staffing shortages. Still to come, the biggest reason why so many have told the boss, take this job and shove it.
Plus, fresh fruit and veggies, a mobile market coming to an East Valley neighborhood to help provide affordable food.
Taking a closer look at your Tuesday morning headlines here at 6:13. Today, President Joe Biden is heading to Texas to talk about veteran health care. The president set to visit a VA center in Fort Worth, Texas, all to address the health effects of burn pits. The House just passing a bill that would dramatically boost health care and disability benefits for veterans exposed to burn pits. Well, today, jury selection in the federal trial of 4 men accused of plotting to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. All 4 charged with kidnapping conspiracy. Prosecutors say the group targeted the governor back in 2020, upset about her COVID restrictions. Well, there is some new data that shows side effects from the mRNA COVID-19 vaccine are mostly mild and only last a few days. That's according to the CDC researchers, who say the most common serious side effect was difficulty breathing, fever, fatigue, and headache. Keep in mind, 92% reported mild side effects.
6:14 on a Tuesday. Gas prices surging again overnight in Arizona and across the country. So what is Congress doing to try and ease some of that pain at the pump? Our chief political correspondent, Joe St. George, is live in D.C. this morning with more on this. So, Joe, how seriously are members of Congress considering a ban on oil imports from Russia? And how much oil do we actually get from Russia?
You know, Nick, this is a bipartisan push that's gaining intensity in the last 48, 72 hours or so. Remember, in the early days of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, President Biden, the White House, was reluctant to penalize Russia's energy sector, fearing that it would increase in even higher gas prices. Waking up in the Valley, Arizona, already seeing higher prices than many across the country are feeling. And if the bipartisan push succeeds and Russian crude oil is banned from the United States, basic economics suggests it would only drive the price up even further. So how much comes in from Russia? We're talking about 209,000 barrels of crude oil a day. This is according to the American Fuel and Petrochemical Trade Association. That may sound like a lot. It represents under 5%, 3% or so of the total imports each and every year. So this isn't a drastic amount. This isn't 40, 50, 60%. And a lot of lawmakers on Capitol Hill are saying maybe we could make this up in other ways. Republicans are saying the Biden administration could encourage more domestic energy production. Progressives are saying the Biden administration could move more aggressively toward renewable energy, wind, solar, electric vehicles as a direct result of this. There's also a diplomatic effort to get other oil-enriched countries to produce more oil. So a lot of talk about this, Nick. There's a lot of consensus growing that something needs to be done. Speaker Nancy Pelosi has actually said she supports a ban on Russian oil. But Nick, you know this, if that happens, in theory, the price would only go up.
Yeah, people are already feeling that pain. They could feel even more with that. Phoenix Mercury star Brittany Griner remains in custody in Russia this morning. She was arrested for having vape cartridges in her luggage. This morning, it remains unclear when or if she'll be released. So what diplomatic options are still on the table?
You know, this, I think a quote from the former ambassador U.S. ambassador to Moscow is pretty powerful when it comes to this debate, Nick. He said, Griner's arrest should serve as a wake-up call to all Americans in Russia. Get out, shut down your businesses now, because what's going on in between Russia and Ukraine, between Russia and the United States diplomatically, creates a big headache. Getting arrested in a foreign country is already a headache in and of itself when it occurs, especially in involving a well-recognized figure, a celebrity, if you will. But in the midst of an invasion of another country, now potentially it could serve as leverage for President Putin in negotiations with the United States. This is all part of now the diplomatic challenge that President Biden is facing in dealing with this crisis. He's obviously trying to help Ukraine as much as possible. He's dealing with the pressure from Congress to ban Russian oil. He's now dealing with this pressure coming from the athletic world in our country, the athletic world in Arizona. And whether or not where this plays out, time will tell. It's obviously a very volatile time to be anywhere in Ukraine, in Russia. Oh, by the way, the president's still saying no American servicemen, women will be going and deploying to Ukraine. So diplomacy is where the president is really focused on this morning.
Very tricky situation. Greiner could spend up to 10 years in prison in Russia if convicted. We'll keep everyone posted on this. Our Joe St. George live in Washington for us this morning. Want to go ahead, switch gears, talk about that most accurate forecast. Meteorologist Iris Hermosillo joining us right now. Hey, don't forget the jacket this morning.
You might turn around real quick as soon as you step outside and feel that cold air this morning. Temperatures are down into the 30s and 40s around the valley as we're feeling the chill as we start the day. It's cold this morning in the valley with the Santan Valley checking in at 38 degrees. Cave Creek also in the 30s. The rest of the valley is in the 40s, but we're talking mid to upper 40s across the Phoenix metro area, and that does include Phoenix Sky Harbor. We could still dip down a little bit further with that temperature bottoming out in those mid 40s at around 7 a.m. before we start to climb. Our sun comes up at 6:47. We'll be back into the upper 40s by 8 o'clock, then into the 50s by 9 a.m. It'll be dry, clear for your morning drive, but again, chilly, and you might want not just the coat, but at least the car heater on a little bit here this morning. You may not need it later, and you may actually be shedding some layers, but know that it's still likely sweater weather for us Phoenicians as temperatures top out in the mid to upper 60s this afternoon. Our 30-year average is now up to 76 degrees, but you'll notice temperatures are still running around 10 degrees below the normal for this time of year, almost 10 degrees below normal, with a high of 68 in Mesa and in Glendale, 67 in Deer Valley, and we're looking for highs in the mid-60s in Anthem and in Cave Creek. In northern Arizona, we're waking up to temperatures in the single digits and teens this morning. By this afternoon, a cool day with highs in the 40s to 50s from Flagstaff to Payson, Sedona topping out at 55, and we're looking at upper 60s to near 70 degrees in spots like Bullhead City and Lake Havasu. Drier today across the state behind yesterday's storm system that brought some of those snow showers I was tracking for you. Right now, we're scanning the skies with Desert Doppler radar, and it is dry across Arizona. So you've got the green light if you need to get your car washed today, but you may want to get a rain check if you hold off and wash your car tomorrow. And by Thursday, maybe hold off until Friday because we've got a storm system coming in Thursday, and that will bring back that potential for rain and high country snow. So one disturbance clearing out to the east, dry today, dry tomorrow. Then comes that next storm system Thursday. It'll bring snow to the high country and valley rain chances with our potential likely going up Thursday night into very early Friday. It'll bring another drop in temperatures too. Upper 60s today, then we're into the 70s Wednesday and Thursday. We cool back into the 60s on Friday, again after that rain and snow chance across the state. And then this weekend, warmer weather as high pressure returns, and it's going to be a quick warm up with highs in the 80s by Sunday.
ABC 15 Desert Drive Time, sponsored by Accident Law Group.
Hi there, I'm Megan Thompson taking a look at what's going on the roads right now. If you're heading out the door on the Loop 202, the eastbound lanes of the South Mountain Freeway near Desert Foothills Parkway, you'll run into this scene. Luckily, it's in the median. You notice we have some cones up, a semi with their hazards on, and DPS on the scene. I've reached out to DPS to get some more information on this one. I haven't heard back just yet, but I promise to let you know what this is as soon as I get that information. Taking you to another crash just off the freeway 107th Avenue and Indian School Road. Your Desert Drive time on the I-10 eastbound from the Loop 303 to the mini stack is looking to be about 31 minutes. We do still have this crash on the I-17 northbound near Dunlap Avenue, causing just a little bit of slowing. It is in the clearing stages. Traffic Predictor shows right around that 7 a.m. time frame that average speed on the I-10 eastbound from the 303 to the mini stack will be about 45 miles per hour.
Well, it's a lot more than just race cars. Up next at 6:25, we start getting you prepared for NASCAR in the Valley.
And ahead at 6:35, will the pools stay closed this summer? This morning, Phoenix is not the only city struggling to find lifeguards.
And getting one of those unwanted texts, right? It happens to all of us. At 6:45, do you respond or maybe just ignore it? Joe Ducey shares a warning about what not to do.
Plus blue skies and sunshine guaranteed. Iris returns at 6:49 with your super 7-day forecast. 625 bringing the farm to the city. Today, a new Farm Express mobile market is going to open in Tempe. This will be set up in a shopping center right there on Apache, just west of McClintock. People will be able to shop for fresh fruit and veggies every other Tuesday. So that's pretty cool, right? Today, the first 40 shoppers will get a $5 coupon and everybody gets free apples. A weekend full of fun zooming onto your bulletin board this morning.
We are talking about NASCAR taking over Phoenix Raceway. This is going to be one big event. The races don't happen until Friday, but you can get in on the fun starting Thursday with a family movie night. And how appropriate is this? You can watch Wreck-It Ralph outside Gate 3 for free.
On Friday at 12:30, it's the Hauler Parade where you can catch all the 18-wheelers for your favorite drivers.
If you've never seen this, it's highly recommended. Saturday and Sunday, there will be performances all day long from local high school bands, dance groups, and even a martial arts school. Sunday, you're also going to hear from drivers like Kevin Harvick and hometown racer Alex Bauman. There's also a kids activity zone with games, face painting, even a racing simulator.
Tickets start at $10. For all the details, head to phoenixraceway.com. We have the need for speed in today's bulletin board. Next at 6:30, how safe is your neighborhood? It's one of the first questions we're asking right when you're looking for a place to live this morning. The Valley City getting recognized for reducing crime.
So you get an unfamiliar text, an option to stop them in the future if you text back. I'm investigator Joe Ducey with why doing that could make things a lot worse.
And employers struggling to get workers in the door. Coming up, what experts say they should do to handle the Great Resignation.
And the ongoing drought affects more than just farmers. New this morning, I take an in-depth look at the water shortage and what's being done to solve it.
And behind our latest storm system, that cooler weather, it's going to stick around. Today, a high of just 68 degrees. If you're going to be outdoors, something to keep in mind, pollen counts. They're not dropping anytime soon. We're going to talk about how temperatures will trend up and then fall again as we track another storm in that super 7-day forecast.